give us some insight on the global strategy for the Hero Group.
It's a twofold basis. One is how you cater your product basically for the global markets, which we started, which means we recently launched the Dawn 125. So we start now to have a full range, for example, of vehicles which are for Africa, for the taxi market. At the same time, we're doing that, in fact, for some other markets, like let's say the product that we sell also in Latin America. So we start to cater those products, do some survey, some specific development only for those markets. And this is basically what is happening now. That's on the product side. Now on the, let's say, corporate side, we are on the phase, of course, of becoming more global, which means expanding the footprint out of India. We're strong in the neighboring country, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh. We have some good operation bases in Africa, so Nigeria, Kenya, Burkina Faso, and so on. And Latin America, we're here today because actually, in fact, we want to cover better the American, let's say, the Latin America markets. So, as of today, we started with, let's say, of course, some cluster of countries. We have also Colombia. Now with Argentina, let's say, we're already making a huge step. The market size is, let's say, close to 500,000 units, so it's quite comparable, let's say, to Colombia, slightly lower. Now what is remaining on the map is basically Mexico and Brazil. So as of today, we've already announced that we're looking seriously into Mexico. It's just a matter of time finding the correct partner, let's say, to go there. And then we'll just carry on this expansion. So as of today, the key focus is really, let's say, securing, of course, our operation both in India, neighboring countries in Africa, and expanding in Latin America so that we have a robust base to take it further.
How significant is Glamour to Hero Corp? The new Glamour.
Glamour is actually very important. First is because we're leading the market, so we have high take on Glamour. We're leading the 125 segment in India. The 125cc segment is one of the most present segments throughout the globe, so it's important to have a very competitive offer in this particular segment. So then when we look at it, we're also talking about last year more than 679,000 units. On 2016, we're aiming at much higher, let's say this fiscal year 17. On a global basis, we're far above those numbers, so there is some high stake for Hero, of course. Let's say the journey I had in my previous organization, you can see that in different ways, whereby in Nissan I was also within, let's say, a mass market car makers. When I moved to Infinity, then you're within the premium, in more a niche territory. There is no right and wrong, but I may say I like a lot working on the mass market because what is at stake is much higher. The volume are higher, the investment higher, which means you cannot fail. At the same time, when I've been contacted then by Hero, for me was, of course, I know the product planning as an organization, what it should deliver, what the value of, let's say, it can bring to Hero. But also, I was a deep, passionate motorcycle. So I always had a motorbike. I always used to commute, even when I had a car in Hong Kong, which is crazy expensive. I always used to take a motorcycle. So which means when I've been contacted, I said, okay, I know the job. I know the product. What I don't know yet is basically the industry. And when I say the industry is the industry and the market, of course. I've been working on automotive on the global scale, also for Indian markets, but never on the two-wheeler. So this is something that I had to learn, but when you have 2 out of 3, I think the job transition is not too difficult.
Thank you.